Hi, welcome back. In case you missed it last week, we tried to explain Jodi Arias and Travis Alexander's childhoods and stuff. We're gonna do a little synopsis before we get there. Basically, um, Jodi had a hole in her heart that she wanted to fill, and Travis filled all of her other orifices instead.
What's good for the hole ain't always good for the soul.
I want to you. Get you. Nice. Excuse me. Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mr. Fitzpants is getting ready to tell a story, and I can't wait. And talk. How the fuck did the Mudvayne show go?
It was beautiful.
Yes. He sent me a video of it because I said if they play nothing to gain, just fucking shoot me a little shot of it, dude. So listen.
Almost lost my phone trying to get it out of my pocket. Like, oh shit, they're actually gonna play it live? Fuck!
Zach, how's it going, brother?
I am present and accounted for, sir.
Lindy, how are you? I'm sorry I skipped you guys, but I had to get to the Mudvayne thing because I was excited.
I am fantastic because I have a surprise for you guys.
Am I going to have to take a nap midday?
You might. You might. So I'm going to hijack. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to hijack the next couple of minutes to tell you a story. So on one of my RC adventures about 2 months ago, I ran into this guy, literally ran into him. He was hurt on a trail and
You're a good joke.
life-threateningly hurt.
Oh,
And
okay.
couldn't take off, couldn't run away, couldn't do anything. So I helped this very large, wonderful gentleman. And in return for saving his life and for being so kind, because I did let him know just exactly how beautiful he is, he agreed to let me photograph him in the nude.
I thought he was going to show me a picture of Fat Mike's dick. I didn't need the Sasquatch.
Very long time to get the photo here, but
This is why you listen on Spotify, so you can see shit like this.
Is that soon, or are you just happy to see me?
Is that a raccoon in your pants, or...
Wow.
I was. Never mind, I shouldn't say that.
so Todd, this is for you. And whenever you come home and pick it up, here is your nude portrait of Sasquatch.
That is
Nice.
going off the ceiling above my bed.
Yeah. I want the next time that you bring a chick up and she looks late, it's time to look up and go, what the fuck? She's like, don't ask questions.
That is fucking fabulous.
It's great.
That is fabulous.
Question. You already don't want to know the answer, so you shouldn't ask.
That's really funny.
Yes.
But, fuck you.
I love it. That is
Oh my
wonderful.
God. Get Kevin Todd to send me some deviled eggs.
Hang on. We'll see. It might happen. He did send me a message on Messenger. And I told him, I was like,
Put your eggs before they're around the cock.
yeah. I was like, dude, we're gonna have to get you on for an episode. He was down. I'm down. I was like, you're only like an hour and 15 minutes away, dude. It was fucking figure it out sometimes.
Sweet.
He's sitting too close to me because he's a fairly handsome son of a bitch and he's fairly jacked. And I haven't worked out in a while, so I'll be like, jeez, I gotta hit the gym or some shit before you come over.
You better start now. You fucking. Yeah. Kevin is
He's a big deal.
act. Yeah.
All right.
That's Lindy. That is badass. I can't believe you did that.
I didn't get going for a minute. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I thought she was gonna go like.
What was happening?
I thought no. My first thought that popped in my head was like, so you rescued Colt Ford or Jelly Roll? She got me.
He let me take a nude picture of him. And as soon as she said that, I went, oh, fuck no.
It's fucking it's like Top Gear. I bought you a present. So of course it's oversized and outrageous.
It's, I had to capture all of him.
He's a big dude.
Along with the raccoon.
Yeah. He said I couldn't have his penis pictures. So.
Some things are personal.
Yeah.
Well, like Sasquatch, not many people have seen my penis either.
Oh shit.
But I got Sasquatch to pose.
Yes, you did. That was great.
Only you. Did you cast a spell on him or?
Mhm.
I told you I saved his life.
Okay.
Saved his life.
I hope.
I was out driving my little Jeep RC because I have Jeep RCs too. And I hit something that I couldn't climb. And I was like, what the fuck? What is that? So I walked down there and it was Sasquatch. And I had to save his life. And
You just happened to be posing like somebody from Playgirl.
no. We talked for a while. And I was like,
Okay, that's what I need now. I need the Playgirl picture of Peter Steele.
Peter Steele, yeah, didn't
And I'll put both of them up above my bed. And the only thing I'm going to do is have the ending of Black Number One where he's all, Jesus Christ, looks like me. And I'll take a video of myself cranking it to that. And we'll sell that.
do the J dance.
challenge
Like
that.
Todd is like 3 steps away from it, puts the lotion in the basket.
Yeah.
Only two. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and those 2 steps are literally not being lazy and becoming motivated, which means it's only one.
Right. So okay.
It's one where he's laying on like a
I don't
white.
I don't even remember. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember what it looks like.
It's almost the same pose as Sasquatch.
I thought it was too.
I see it.
Oh, I bet you see it.
He's on a white polar bear type throw. Just vampire staring you.
You know?
Challenge. It's pretty.
Yeah.
And Zach,
Not ashamed.
cue it up.
Not ashamed.
Cue it up right now. Hit the button.
What is
What
it?
does any of this have to do with big porn?
A lot.
What?
I'm not saying
More than I want to know.
I'm not saying I enjoyed looking at the picture. I really enjoyed the band. But it was like also I was like, I'll check it out. And then I see it and I'm like, okay, well.
He's got a huge.
Okay.
What did you just say, Lindy? You were kind of
They really have a tapestry of this.
you think the tapestry. I bet there are some.
See the tapestries.
I bet there are some fucking freaking dark-haired chicks out there that have that. Some dude walks in on a date.
Tapestries.
He's got Peter Steele naked hanging on the wall. It's like, yeah, I'll just go home because there's no way I can live up to that. I ain't.
That's a really nice tapestry.
That's,
Seems like a Pringles can. What am I gonna do?
I don't think that I will meet Peter Still to be able to photograph him myself personally like I did Sasquatch, but
Not without a shovel.
He has sadly left us.
yes.
Just like Elvis, he left the building.
Yeah. Sorry, Zach. We've been fucking bullshitting for a long time, and we've got a story to tell.
Told
It's good.
Told
It's good. We talked about this before.
that I had a surprise that was going to take roughly 20 minutes. So, so I'm done hijacking the show.
It's not hijacking if it's your fault.
8 minutes early. Just like me.
Oh,
I'm usually out 8 minutes early too.
Where's that fucking button? There it is.
Oh, I was about there. I'm sorry. You had the same amount of time as I did. Maybe you should try harder.
Oh. Anyway. So, last week, we kind of did a little background on Travis Alexander and Jodi Arias. Okay.
Zach, I'm going to interrupt you to tell you that I'm not going to interrupt you as much in this episode.
Shut the fuck up, Matt.
Okay.
Anyway. So, Travis Alexander, born in a family of like too many fucking kids. And then his parents were both meth addicts. He ends up living with his grandma. He turns to Mormonism, becomes a devout Mormon, and ends up working for a pyramid scheme that sells prepaid legal services to people. Okay. Jodi Arias, fucked up bitch, really cute. Her parents are really strict. She ends up moving out. Every boyfriend she has, she basically, her identity
Simulates.
simulates to them. And
Nice. Yeah.
and she's a fucking psycho sociopath. Anyway, okay, moving along. So they started dating, and it wasn't working out for Travis because, you know, he wanted to tap that, obviously, and he did kind of, couple of the orifices anyway. And anyway,
They had outer course.
they had outer course and mouth hugs, and let's see. So they break up. She goes back. She's in California. He's in Mesa, Arizona. And then she decides she's selling her house. And then all of a sudden she's got this bright idea that she's going to move 2 blocks away from Travis in Mesa, Arizona.
Run the fuck away.
Shut up. Anyway.
Can't feel it any louder.
So
Picking up right where he left off.
Jesus, I don't care if the fucking walls crack and angels sing when she's fucking you. Run the fuck away if she's moving 2 doors next to you. Fucking go. God.
I just summarized the whole hour of the last podcast in literally 2 minutes. Anyway, so now here we are again.
No,
She's this psycho bitch. All of Travis's friends have told him, like, this chick is fucking nuts. Get away from her.
Of course they did.
And the ones that knew her. Now, he kind of kept her on the side. He didn't introduce her to a lot of his friends because he didn't want them to know about her because, you know, he was doing
Afraid
stuff.
they'd be fucking her too.
Oh, no. He was trying to uphold his little Mormon beliefs and stuff, you know, and pretend like he was a good boy. And he actually was a decent person, but he was not without flaw. So that's where we're at.
is.
Yeah. Now, Lindy, I know you know this story. So if I fuck it up, just be like, no, Zach, that's not right. Jesus Christ.
I'll do it just like that.
You can use that cute little thing if you want to, but you don't have to. Anyway. And you have to.
Every time you fuck up, I'm going to show you Sasquatch naked. Again.
That's going to be it. All right. So the day after they break up, Travis calls her, Jodi, on the phone, and she claims that he begged her for another chance. The conversation quickly turns intimate than sexual, according to Jodi. By the end of the tension, had vanished, and Jodi, she was once again like in love with him, hopelessly. And even though they weren't a couple anymore, they resumed their regular routine. He would call her at night, sometimes as late as 4 a.m., and they would talk for hours. And then, she started leaving her phone by her bed so she wouldn't miss a call,
Naturally.
And she's really hopeful that they're going to reunite. And in the meantime, he's like, no. He's not telling her that, but he starts dating another girl like the month after they break up, which was...
that's going to work out well.
So while he's trying to build this new relationship with this new girl, they seem to be unwilling to move on from each other, which is, you got to have some closure. You got to have some space when you in a relationship. But like 2 weeks after they break up, she's in Mesa. Travis isn't happy about it, and she's living 4 miles away from him. So he's not an asshole. He is an asshole. He's a guy, but he's not a fucking asshole, right?
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
So,
and did you know that the Buck Cherry song "Crazy Bitch" was wrote about her?
I did not. That's a good one. Anyway. So he starts showing her around. He ends up paying her $200 a month to clean his house twice a week.
Is that what they call it now?
No, she actually did clean his house. For a while, they didn't.
She did.
With her living, 2 miles away. But, she didn't have a lot of friends, so he started to focus a lot of his attention on helping her become adjusted to life in Mesa. Now, secretively, Jodi would sneak into his house late in the evening hours, through the unlocked front door, because he kept his front door unlocked. He always said his door was open all the time for his friends, so he never locked his door.
That's fucking stupid, in my opinion.
Well, shut up.
It's open to my friends. Call me before you get here, and I'll open it.
I just realized why Matt is so upset about this situation. Because this dude was getting a lot of ass, and Matt's not.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
But I also don't want a lot of ass. I was a young, ripped dude for quite some time, and I didn't want a lot of ass then either. I was fine with this. I'm fine being with the woman I'm with. I don't want a lot. I just don't want crazy.
Shut up, man. So she would sneak in and quietly go up the stairs, not disturb any of the roommates, and they would go at it like 3 to 4 nights a week. Then they would sext each other. And
don't do that.
Travis is completely happy with this whole situation. This whole we're friends with benefits, and Jodi is still completely in love with him, and she's maintaining this relationship and having sex with him basically to remain close to him. But when they weren't fucking, they were fucking. Oh, dude, yeah, she's a nut job.
You're just cooking it, man. You just keep cooking it and pushing it along.
And she does the crazy girl thing where, she's intentionally doing things to piss him off. Like snooping on his phone, hacking into his emails.
He keeps stringing her along, which was the worst fucking thing to do.
Yeah. Agreed. So,
no, dude. No.
Travis tired of this pretty quickly. Multiple text messages he sent to her throughout 2007 and 2008 were like, I'm sick of you playing stupid and dealing with childish tactics. And this vicious cycle began where Travis and Jodi would argue, make up, and have sex. And while he continued to have sex with her, he was simultaneously trying to have a relationship with this other woman named Lisa Andrews. And several times he tried to end it with Jodi, but the more that he pulled away, the more Jodi seemed to cling to him. And that whole, whatever, their relationship
was. She want a cream pie, or?
I have no idea. So she would constantly call him and try to spend as much time at his house as possible. Late in the fall of 2007, all these weird things started happening to Travis. He would return home, find his computer had been used, shit's out of place in his house. He once
Lock the doors, motherfucker.
He's a Mormon.
Don't give a damn. Let's fucking lock your doors. What are you doing?
He once found that all his personal journals had been stolen, and as he looked through the house, he's looking for valuables to see if there's anything that's been taken. He finds that his engagement rings he had once purchased for an ex-girlfriend of his was also missing. And then at one point he comes home and he finds Jodi in the house, and he had the front door locked at that point. And when he confronted her about how she got inside,
she made a key, didn't she?
No, she admitted that she broke in. She crawled in through the fucking doggy door.
Oh my God.
And she was like, I left something inside and I came in to get it.
That's why you need those. That's why you need those ones where the dogs have to be close to it with their collars on for them to open. Because sisters will do that shit.
Yeah.
She probably, I'll tell you what, I'd have lost my shit if I came inside. I'd grab my guitar and be like, why is it in C tuning? This is not how I left it.
Not in cunt tuning.
Because Matt only plays a drop G, that's why.
Because he likes to drop that T.
Watch my guitar out of tune.
So
Nothing else is out of order. It's just I hit one string and I'm like, who did it?
So in the fall of 2007, Travis is with his new girlfriend, Lisa, and they're at her house upstairs, and they hear the alarm go off. And, they look out, they don't see anybody. She just turns the alarm off.
This guy should have been strapped at every point in time. I mean, seriously.
So the next morning, Travis gets up, and he finds that his tires have all been slashed. And occurrences like this continue until they broke up a couple months after that.
That shit's fucking evil, man. That's expensive.
Yeah.
Seriously, your tires being slashed, that is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got a psycho bitch, though. I mean, psycho people do psycho shit. So,
Buck Cherry knew about it.
yeah. Ooh, that crazy bitch. I think her name's Jodi Arias. So, in April of 2008, Jodi, decides she's going to move back to Wairika, California. And Travis is like, fuck yes, get the fuck out of here. So she moves back in with her grandparents, but she still continues to communicate with Travis through texts, emails, phone calls, and then IMs on probably, I don't know, whatever's big at the time. What did we say last time? What was the
one? It wasn't Facebook. It was the
yeah. Anyway, that one.
MySpace.
MySpace. Yeah, that was one. Yeah.
And she also starts dating a new gentleman by the name of Ryan Burns, who she met at a prepaid legal conference. And he's very similar to Travis. He's Mormon, but he's not devout. And in the meantime, Travis is back. He's in Mesa. He's starting to date other women. He invites one of these girls that he is kind of somewhat serious about to go to Cancun with him.
That's not a bad trip.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he's kind of on this journey where he's trying to just he's got a bucket list. He's trying to knock some shit off. He'd gone with Jodi a few places, and originally Jodi was supposed to go with him on this trip. And then after they broke up, he's like, no. So.
I found someone else to fill that seat.
Yep. If you want to call it that, sure. Anyway.
It's rather lame compared to the psycho bitch.
Yeah. So in the meantime, while all this is going on, Jodi's newfound friend Ryan, he convinces her to come to a visit to Utah, and she says okay. So On May 10th, Travis and Jodi had a conversation, which she recorded, and they would later play in court, which quickly escalated into phone sex, and she could be heard quite clearly moaning, groaning, and having orgasms or fake orgasms, whatever you want.
I bet they weren't fake. I super bet she was that fucking crazy. I bet it.
She claimed they were fake because she said it took 2 hands for her to do that. Anyway, so
Jesus, what do you need?
she's a needy girl. So they continued sexting each other,
I need 2 hands in there.
and then they would, this is like a cycle.
And all the other ones. I get it.
Shut up, Matt. Anyway, so they would sex each other, then they would argue over the phone, then more
One's
text.
clicking the mouse while the other. No, sorry.
Yeah, I think it took more than one click. Anyway, when Travis found out that she had hacked into his MySpace account, more than likely he says, I found social media in the book that I read, but it's probably MySpace. He's fucking had it,
Probably.
you know. And so he texts her, calls her, all kinds of nasty shit, and states that it's over. He never wants to see or hear from her again.
Unless
And
it's late at night. I'm a little tipsy and a little horny. And then if you show up, I'll be like, I can forgive you this time.
yeah. So on May 28th, in Wairika, Jodi's grandfather came home, discovers that the back door of his house has been kicked in, and there's only a couple things missing: a DVD player and a 25 caliber pistol.
Oh, sure.
First of all, why would you take an old man's DVD player? That's just fucking rude. You know he's going to go out and buy a Blu-ray player and none of his shit's going to work on it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why you have a 25 caliber pistol. I know a lot of people have 25 calibers. Just get a fucking 9.
All right, Matt, just let me go. So, basically, Jodi is the one that broke into the house, and she made it look like, a break-in.
Oh,
she took the gun.
That's not a surprise. I knew where you were
And
going.
she took the DVD player, probably so she could,
Sick bitch.
watch gay porn.
What does any of this have to do with gay porn?
It's like that old man was wanting to come home and watch some fucking movie, and he couldn't. He stole shit. So
When they finally found that DVD player, grandfather plugged it in. He's like, "What's up with this gay porn in this fucking DVD player?" Anyway,
her grandpa came home. He's like, "Finally, I'm here. I'm gonna watch Evil Dead 2."
yeah, another guy. Come on.
DVD player's gone.
So, Jodi,
What kind of sick bitch takes the ice trays out of the ice box?
all right. So, she just in the next week, she starts making plans for her trip to go see Ryan in Salt Lake City on June 4th at this prepaid legal conference. So, June 2nd, 2008, she rents a car. But when she sees the car, she wants a different one because it's a red car, and she doesn't want a red car because she knows that those are the cars that get fucking stopped and pulled over more often, right? She wants a lighter color.
Also, that is true. Red cars do get pulled over more often than other cars. But also, what kind of idiots are renting a car to this dumb slut? It's fucking crazy.
She's hot. Maybe she flashed him. I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, hot only goes so far, man. We talked about the hot to fucking crazy earlier. Okay, all right.
So she gets it exchanged for a white 2008 Ford Focus. So she takes off.
Focus. All right.
Focus. It's a Ford Focus, Matt.
What year was it?
Please fuck us.
2001?
2008.
2008. Okay, so this is before they ripped off the fucking
Fuck
grill.
us, please, Matt. You need to fuck us.
Is this before they ripped off the grill?
Does any of this have to do with gay porn?
Fuck us, Matt.
Just want to. Sorry.
No.
I just want to talk about cars smelling. I'm sorry. I can't do it, dude.
Come on down to Odd Ed's Nipple Belt Emporium. You need nipple belts? We've got all sizes and all colors of believe this. Come on down to Odd Ed's Nipple Belt Emporium. Heads, heads, heads. We've got all kinds of heads. We've got skulls in paper bags. You need shrunken heads? We've got them. Human-faced lampshades. We've got them. Hotheads, Nipple Belt Emporium. Where? If we can't find it for you, we'll dig it up.
How many nipples go across the back? Probably an even number. I'm done, Zach. I'm sorry.
So she takes off at 8 a.m. on June 3rd, headed to Salt Lake City, Utah, to see her new man, Ryan. And she makes several stops along the way to pick up 2 5-gallon gas cans at her ex-boyfriend Daryl's house, if you remember him from the last episode. And she texts and calls Travis a lot. Like, a lot. Let's see here. At 8:42 p.m. that day, she fills the gas cans, makes 2 separate purchases of gas. This is all fact because this has all been found from her credit card purchases on her, or her debit card purchases. So she fills up all these gas cans, goes back in her car, and then turns off her cell phone. Premeditated, anyone? Maybe.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, I always get gas because it's cheaper in California. Fuck that. Gas is cheaper in California, my fucking ass.
What's $5 a gallon probably right now?
Yeah. It's always outrageous in California. So
$5.30.
yeah. It's nuts.
Oh shit.
So the next day, June 4th, 2008, at 4:19 p.m., Travis checked his email on his laptop in the den of his house. An hour later, he went back upstairs. At 5:22, he took a shower in his master bathroom. 8 minutes after getting into a shower, he was dead. He'd been shot in the face, stabbed more than 24 times, and his throat was slit, like from ear to ear. At the edge of the bathroom hallway, there's a huge, that's probably where he died, right there on the carpet. And then his corpse was dragged along the tile floor and stuffed into the shower stall, where he was washed clean of blood, and it would be 5 days before anyone ever discovered his body.
And she was not big. Like, she was petite.
Yeah, she's a very small girl.
If you know that plunging a knife into something, super fucking easy. Pulling it back out isn't. There's suction on it. It's like why a lot of knives got like blood grooves in them, so you can pull it back out. I don't know what she used, but 24 times.
I want to say she used meth. Anyway,
Okay,
that'd do it. I mean, it worked for the Nazis, right?
Most Mormons do.
Yeah. So the day after he's dead already. Okay, he's in the shower. So the next day, his roommate has been away.
Thank God.
At his girlfriend's house.
Or whoever.
He comes home and he notices the door was locked, which was odd because, usually 9 times out of 10, it was never locked. He also notices that Travis's car is in the driveway. The dog gate is up, so the dog can't go upstairs. And as he passed Travis's room, he noticed that Travis's door was shut. Now, later that day, his girlfriend came over, and they found his CTR ring and his watch in the kitchen. CTR ring, he had this ring that he wore. It was like a choose the right ring. It's a Mormon thing, like don't have sex before marriage and stuff like that. And Travis usually always wore it unless he was fucking Jodi. Anyway.
Yeah, fit around the top of his balls so he could stay hard longer.
Yeah. No, they both assumed that he'd probably just left on a business trip and forgotten him. So the girlfriend fills the dog's food dish and they left. And they would come back through the week to make sure the dog had food and water. On June 4th, around midnight, Jodi had turned her phone back on and called Travis and left a message 27 miles from the Nevada border on I-93. After that call, she calls Ryan, her man in Utah, and told him that she had, I took a wrong turn and I only drove 100 miles in the wrong direction. And then my phone died and I had to pull over to sleep because I couldn't find my phone charger. And then miraculously, after I woke up from this nap, I found that my phone charger was under the passenger seat the whole time. Ha. And she's
done the Looney Tunes things.
Yeah.
I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
A long tongue at Albuquerque. So she's still 12 hours away from Salt Lake City at this point. And Ryan, she calls Ryan, and Ryan's just like, I'm just glad you're okay. Whatever, just get here. I'm horny. So when she finally arrived the next day at Ryan's house at 11 a.m., he noticed that she had dyed her hair dark since the last time that he saw her, and that she had 2 bandages on her hand. And she told him that she'd cut herself on a broken glass at work. He doesn't think anything of it. So then they leave for this prepaid legal conference around noon. They drove separate, and on the way there, she gets pulled over because her license plate is upside down. And she just giggles when she gets pulled over and, tells the cop, well, my friends must probably just played a prank on me. And so the cop lets her off with a warning.
Or she tried to throw it back on real quick and fucked up.
She's probably switched the plates at some point, and she's switched them back in the dark, and she doesn't realize she's putting them on upside down. Yeah.
Painter's tape. All you need is painter's tape. You just put painter's tape over.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I tow my car.
So they go to this prepaid legal conference. After the conference, Jodi and Ryan, they meet a few people she knows from the prepaid legal to go eat at a restaurant. And during the meal, she told them about this breakup with Travis, but that they're going to always be friends. And, she's just really happy that, he's going to be happy and she's happy. And
I'm sorry.
Just this whole charade, and I think the whole time she was there, she was thinking that his body was probably going to be found. And then she could just play like the victim card and like, oh my God, I can't believe he's dead. Anyway, it didn't happen because his body's not discovered for fucking ever. Because his roommates are apparently have the worst stinky smell ever.
And how long? Jeez, well, if you're not there, I don't know.
True. But they were in and out through the. I said in and out. Anyway, so Jodi and Ryan go back to his apartment, and then they take a nap, and then she has sex with him, and then she heads back to Wairika around 1 a.m. She returns her rental car on June 7th. She drove 2,834 miles.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. The person that checks her in notices the floor mats were missing for some reason.
And my paycheck would have been gigantic.
And the front and the back seats were stained with like these red looking like Kool-Aid or juice stains. That was red juice.
A little ketchup, maybe?
I don't know. Anyway. By Monday, this foul odor had consumed Travis's house. One of his roommates noticed it as soon as he walks in. But both of his roommates had girlfriends and they hadn't spent a lot of time in the house. And they're just thinking like, whatever, fuck it, it's not my problem. He left some fucking food in his room. He'll clean it up when he gets back. So that night around 10:30, one of the roommates heard a doorbell. And they found one of Travis's friends at the door. This girl named Mimi, the girl he was going to take to Cancun. Travis was going to take to Cancun. And she's there with her friends. And they say, we haven't heard from him in almost a week. And when she explained this to the roommates, he told her, he's probably in Cancun. And she's like, no, he's not, because we're leaving. I'm going with him and we're supposed to leave tomorrow.
Did she show up in a bikini with all of her bags packed?
God, we can only hope.
Fucking...
At this point, Travis's roommates head upstairs to his bedroom door, and as soon as they open it, that's when they fucking get the rotting corpse smell. Yeah. Like that nice, sweet, sickly odor.
But it was right in the face, dude. Just
the kissa. So at this point, this is when they call 911, and it sounds something like this.
What's going on? A friend of ours is dead in his bedroom. We haven't heard from him for a while. We think he's dead. His roommate just went in there and said there's lots of blood. I didn't go in, but I can give you the phone to someone who went in there. Yes, please, can you?
Hello.
Hi, so what's going on?
Why didn't that guy fuck a call?
He's dead. He's in his bedroom in the shower.
Okay. What happened? Do you have any idea?
No, we have no idea. Everyone's been wondering about him.
Okay. That's blood. So is it coming from his head?
It's all over the place.
You're kind of depressed. Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah. Has he been depressed at all? Thinking about committing suicide, anything like that? I don't think he's been thinking of committing suicide. He's been really depressed because he broke up with this girl, and he was all upset about that. But I don't think he would actually kill himself over that. Has he been threatened by anyone recently? Yes, he has. He has a girlfriend that's been bothering him and annoying him and flashing tires and things like that.
Bingo.
Do you know if he has girlfriend? And do you know if he's ever reported it to the police? His name is Jodi. I don't know if he's ever reported. Hold on. No, he hasn't reported anything about Jodi's behavior. Okay, and you guys left?
So, from the get-go.
I'm sorry.
Right from the get-go, they're like, is there anyone that would have had, yeah, this fucking crazy bitch named Jodi would have, yeah, that's who. So, all of them
handed
like
the
this.
phone to the, you handed the phone to the girl that was fucking terrified? Why didn't the guy talk in the first place?
They told the girls to stay there, and then they just told them to call 911 as soon as they opened the room.
Probably from outside of the room while they walked in? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Because they're gentlemen.
Well, I would have just been like, well, give it to the person that can talk the clearest to 911.
Right. Well, that would be the women. So
was it a psycho or was
these are too many questions, man. Jesus Christ, just let me fucking go.
Yeah, so, was it a suicide? Yeah, because everybody stabs themselves 13 times. Man. I said I wasn't going to talk anymore. Todd, you were right. I couldn't stop myself. God, he hates my guts right now. It's fine. We'll go.
You're good. Where am I at? So,
next episode's going to be a bastard.
Yeah, whatever your turn is, man, you're fucked.
Well, I know.
You're just fucked.
I know.
So when the police arrive, they quickly determine this is not a suicide. And, they question both the roommates and, they both say, look, we've been in and out of the house, mostly staying with our girlfriends. They've got great alibis. And when the cops ask everyone there the same question, who would want to harm Travis? They all came back with the same fucking answer. Jodi Arias. So, word travels fast. Jodi was informed within minutes from, some mutual friends. And then she, at this point, starts calling everyone that's still there being questioned by the cops. The cops are right there and they're like, don't answer the phone if she's calling. While they're telling the cops, like, this is the bitch that probably did it. So she even calls the Mesa Police Department to see what's going on. And they're like, they can't, they're like, we can't tell you what's going on at this point. So after questioning everyone at Travis's, detectives there, they went to check the body. And there's just fucking blood everywhere. I mean, this is a slaughter. Clearly a homicide. So they leave and, they lock it down. They go get a search warrant because they're going to do this right. So they come back the next day. They find this small shell casing, fingerprints and blood, long hair fibers. And then while they're at the scene, they get a call from dispatch at the Mesa Police Department saying, hey, this woman is called multiple times and they want to speak to the investigator in charge of, Travis's murder. And who was it? Jodi Anal Ass. So she gave her bullshit backstory, her alibi about being in Utah. And then shortly after that call, they're checking the whole house. They find a digital camera in the washing machine and they add it to the evidence and send it to the crime lab. They're thinking, we're never going to get any pictures off this because it's been fucking through the washing machine.
But they did.
Oh, but they did. In the days following discovery of his body, Jodi contacted several of their mutual friends, inquiring about the details of the homicide. And she wanted people to know, like, what they were doing. Like, you know, we were fucking, like, rabbits, basically. You know, Travis was not the devout Mormon he said he was. And then she has the gall to show up to his funeral and put on a show, you know, and hugging everyone and pretending like she's just, like, so miserable. And the whole time, the majority of them are all thinking, this is the bitch that killed him. So the day of the memorial service in Mesa, Jodi receives a phone call from the lead detective, Esteban Flores, and he wants her to come in to voluntarily interview and provide fingerprints and DNA samples. He's like, we're going to need to be able to exclude you from anything we would find in the house. So she agreed to a phone interview, and she told him about her trip to Salt Lake City. But several weeks later, her palm print would be discovered on one of the bloody spatters in the bathroom. And the digital camera that they thought was, kaput, they would find very, very many pictures on the camera that would show the final moments of Travis's life. And some butthole pics of Jodi Arias.
Yes.
And that's where it all came from. Butthole pics.
Nasty bitch.
So the Mesa Police Department, they issue a warrant for her arrest on July 14th. She's arrested the following morning at her grandparents' home. After arriving back at Mesa, she's interrogated by detectives, at which time she claims she was nowhere near Mesa on the day of his death. And they're sitting there and they're questioning, and they're like, okay, and they're like, so what if I could show you proof that you were there? Would that change your mind in how you're wanting to tell your story right now? And she's like, oh, I wasn't there. She's shaking her head. She's like, no, I wasn't there. So the lead detective, he pulls out this book of photos. And in that book, it contains pictures from the camera that they found in the washing machine. Pictures of Travis in the shower, moments before his death. Blurry pictures of his bloody head and body that were accidentally taken during his murder. And prior to these pictures taken were pictures of her naked in his bed and close-up shots of her hole. And every one of these pictures were all time-stamped on the day of his death. So they're like, so you're telling me this isn't you? When they show her these pictures, and she's like, well, it looks like me, but you probably just photoshopped my head on there or something. And cops are lazy motherfuckers. They do not do that shit. So her murder trial begins. I don't remember when it begins. It lasted 4 months when it finally happened. I think it was like 3 or 4 years before they finally went to trial, at which time she changed her story 3 or 4 different times. When it finally did go to trial, it lasted 4 months, ending on May 8th, 2013. It began in Maricopa County Superior Court in 2013. It included all the graphic details about the couple's sexual history, photos of Travis's body after his death. She went up and testified in her own defense, detailing her relationship and claiming he attacked her. Bullshit. And she was defending herself. She also at one point claimed that there were some people that broke into the house and threatened to kill her if she ever spoke about them coming in and killing Travis. Prosecutors argued that she killed him in a jealous rage after he broke up with her, and witnesses testified that she had stalked and spied on him before the murder. I think there was one mistrial or a hung jury, maybe twice. I can't remember now. It's been a few weeks since I've read this book, but I know it went to the point where they could not give her the death penalty because they wanted to. But after so many times going through court, I can't remember if it's once or twice, you cannot get the death penalty. You can only get life. On May 8th, 2013, they found her guilty of first-degree murder. In 2015, she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And that is where she still is today. And she is still a crazy fucking bitch. Hotness to craziness factor is a real thing.
It certainly
Sasquatch
is.
news obviously are a real thing. And
I'm so glad that fucking thing happened. I'm so glad Todd is going to get that.
Dude, I had to take my glasses off because I was crying from laughing so much. I just like, fuck it, they're off.
Yeah.
And
I think I made Zach mad during
I
this
still have one
episode.
thing to say, Matt. Hold on.
Okay.
Fuck it, I'm done.
What does any of this have to do with anal porn?
What does any of this have to do with gay porn?
I'm so sorry, Zach, but it just made me angry, so I just kept chiming in, and I yeah, I know, I did. I did what Todd does to Lindy. Fucking constantly to you. I'm sorry.
This is a cautionary tale so that you know to run away.
Run away.
And
All
that's
I'm
I
gonna
got.
say is seeing those pictures.
Yeah, those are rough.
If she got up and killed him right after, bro went out pretty fucking happy.
I don't know. He didn't look happy.
No.
Oh, I'm sure he was upset, but up until that point, man,
His nuts were empty, and that's about it.
Well,
he tore that up.
Well, if we didn't have them, we wouldn't have the podcast.
exactly. Yeah. There you go. How
All
long
I
did
know
you
is
stay
this.
here? One night, that's all it took, and I knew.
We have not
I'm never doing it again.
Do the thing.
Hey, good. Sorry, Lenny, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm cutting off everybody. I'm just going to pause my...
Go for
I'm
it.
just going to mute this motherfucker and stop talking, I guess.
You
No,
could
you
do
won't.
it.
No, you won't.
Go to Spotify. Yeah, 5 stars on that motherfucker because it's so easy to do. And I've explained it plenty of times, but it is super easy. You just go to the top of it and you just, like Dimeback says, slide them up. Slide up all 5. You don't have to type out anything. If you are listening on iTunes, you can type anything that you want, so long as it's not insulting and doesn't hurt my feelings. Just, I love Lindy. 5 stars.
Amazing second Halloween sweater.
It's beautiful.
You can
I like
say
it.
that. He was like, I love Lindy's Halloween sweaters. 5 stars.
She claims she's going to be wearing these until Halloween.
Oh, she'll be wearing those for, yeah. Until July next year.
I have enough.
I bet you do.
The problem is a lot of them aren't all over like this. They're just on the back, so it just looks like I'm wearing a black hoodie every time. So,
I get it.
It's all good.
but
I
yeah.
wear black a lot because it's slimming.
I see you got Zach on boobs.
Yeah, it accentuates my tatas.
Anyway, I wear black because I'm colorblind. Guys, thanks for hanging out. We will see you next week. Until then, later.
See you next Tuesday. This is Spar.
Bye.
I'm just going to be quiet.
I should have been.
Matt, when we get home, remind me to slap your mama in the mouth.
Okay.
I want to you. Nothing to get you. Nice. Give me. Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
What's my line, Zach? What's my line?
Hello! Welcome back, motherfuckers! Please use that. Zach, you gonna tell us about what you're gonna tell us?
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm sorry.
I think that I need to find a higher caliber of people to hang out with.
Yeah, I think so.
People that actually will let me talk when it's my turn.
I'm impressed that you think I have a caliber.
Yeah, like 22 maybe.
Hey,
At best.
Daddy was a pistol. I'm the son of a gun.
All right then.
Riding that bull to having some fun. Higher gets just a little too low for me.
This is all going to be used to at some point today.
Marking it now.